Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. It's our second lecture of physics. So we are going to start chapter number 2, and the name of the chapter is measurement. I hope that you all have heard this word before as well, and many of you are having some sort of definition in your mind that what measurement is. Measurement is basically the common practice of everyday life. You all know that this routine work starts from morning till late hours in the night. Every morning a milkman comes and gives you a measured amount of milk. For giving you milk, he is using his measuring cylinder graduated with halves of a deciliter. If you are going to purchase a sugar from a shop, the shopkeeper will weigh the required amount of sugar by his common balance, and then he is going to hand over it to you. If you are going to purchase cloth, you go to the shop and the shopkeeper will measure the required length of the cloth by his meter scale graduated in centimeters. Graduated in centimeters means that it's having markings in centimeters. From these examples, you can easily understand that to measure the volume, to measure the mass and length, we are using measuring cylinder, common balance and the meter scale respectively, as these are the measuring devices or the measuring instruments. Now what is measurement? Measurement is the collection of information on which a decision is based. Means that it is a collection that is in numerical form, or it is basically the record of the performance or the information which is required to make the judgment. Means by looking at the measurement, we are judging different things, we are getting different concepts because of the measurement. We all are experiencing measurement in our daily life. We are experiencing in the form of mass, we are experiencing in the form of volume, in the form of length, in the form of temperature and so on. Means in every aspect of life measurement is involved. So in short, we cannot deny the importance of measurement in physics, and to understand any phenomena in physics we have to perform the experiments, and in those experiments there are different types of measurements. We are measuring physical properties like length, mass, time, temperature, etc. And the experimental verification of laws and theories also need measurement of physical properties. Means that there is very importance of measurement in physics. Without measurement we cannot perform any sort of experiment. Along with it, we are unable to understand different phenomena in physics without understanding the measurement. Now let's come to the physical quantity. So the physical quantities are basically the quantities that can be measured and can be easily described by a number. Let's suppose if we are talking about mass, so mass of a person can be 65 kilogram. Means we use number to describe the mass. The same is for length, that length can also be in number, and area is always in number. Temperature is also in number. Means those quantities that can be measured and can be described by a number are known as the physical quantities. Now the physical quantities are subdivided into two other quantities, that is fundamental and derived quantities, that we are going to study further. And I hope that you people are having other examples in your mind as well, so you can use your rough registers to write down the other physical quantities. Now first quantity that we are going to discuss, that is the fundamental quantity. So the physical quantity we do not depend on any other physical quantity for their measurement is known as the fundamental quantities. means they are self-sufficient for their description, means for describing the mass we don't require any other quantity, for describing the temperature we don't require any other quantity, for length we don't require another quantity, and the same is for the temperature, means they can be easily described by themselves. Now let's come to the derived quantities. The derived quantities are the physical quantities which depend on one or more than one fundamental quantity for their measurement. The examples of the derived quantities are area, volume, speed, and force. Let's take example of volume. If I am calculating the volume of a cuboid, so I am using length, breadth, and height. Means all three measurements I am going to use. Means it is depending on other quantities as well for its description. So such quantity which is depending on other physical quantity for its complete description is known as a derived quantity. Now let's start with the units of the measurement. So the standard that is used to measure a physical quantity is known as a unit. Means that for the description of length we are using meter, foot, inch. For the mass we are using gram, kilogram, pounds. For time we are using second, minute, and hour. And for temperature we are using Fahrenheit, Kelvin, Celsius. Means these are the different scales for the measurement of the temperature. Means the standard that is used for the measurement of any physical quantity is known as a unit, and the quantity is incomplete without the unit. Means for complete description we have to write down the unit so that it will be very clear to everyone. So we do have different characteristics of the unit, means that the unit should be well defined, it should be of suitable size, it must be reproducible, it must be invariable, it must be indestructible, and the unit should be internationally acceptable. Means these are the characteristics that a unit should have. That's all for today, and I hope you all understand about the importance of the measurement. Not only in physics, but in our daily life, we are experiencing measurement in different aspects. So, all of you take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.